Alright, looks like we're going live, guys. Thank you for joining me yet again. Let me turn this right side up so people can see what the heck I'm eating. Oh, looks like YouTube's joining on the spot today. Just got it going real quick. Looks like everything is up and running, so thank you guys for joining me for lunch today. Today, I picked up a couple of these boxes of Intamins. Usually thought of as not very good, but... I think that Intamin's donuts are a little bit subpar, but the Intamin's crumb cakes, I think they're perfectly fine. I think they're nice and tasty. Usually like a lunch snack or breakfast food item, but yeah, I really like them. So that's what I'm going to have for lunch today. So I hope you guys are sitting down. I hope you guys have something to chow on to. I hope you guys are in for, expecting to be in for a nice relaxing time because it is the end of the week. Thank goodness we have made our way through yet another week in this crazy world of ours. I hope everybody's doing all right because I don't know how things outside of the United States are going, but things are absolutely insane inside of the United States. So I'm really hoping that people, just take a little bit of time to take care of yourselves, to relax a little bit. I'm not here to give anybody any heavy messages, not here to put out any heavy political statements. Just want to hang out with some people. Hopefully this is a good chance to unwind. Just relax a little bit, basically. So yeah, like I said, grab something to eat, sit down, hang out, chat with me, let me know how you guys are doing. That's what I'm here to do today. So yeah, let's crack this thing open. I have a couple of these. Now, unfortunately, these things are a little bit pricey, and I only get 6 of them per box. That's all right, though. Make a little pile of these Intamin's crumb cakes. Now, I know in different parts of the country, there's different kinds of brands that are similar to Intamin's. I don't know if Intamin's is actually specific to the West Coast or not. Anybody who's from any other part of the United States, maybe you can fill me in. Do they have Intamin's on the East Coast? Do they have them in the South Coast? Just let me know. I'd be curious to know if Intamin's is everywhere else. Yeah. So I'm gonna crack one of these guys open. Got that nice, I don't know, almost like a pound cake kind of texture to it that you get from a lot of these prepackaged pastries and stuff. It's a little bit dry, but, nice dense texture, good chew. I really like the crumble on top. I think that's got some good texture to it. You can get a little bit of that cinnamon coming through. I think that just a little bit of cinnamon goes a really long way in pastries. They are very, very good in my opinion. I should say cinnamon is really great. It's one of my favorite spices. I know, cinnamon is a weirdly divisive flavor. I think that cinnamon is really, really delicious. When you get a cinnamon sugar texture or cinnamon sugar flavor, added to a lot of things. Churros are some of my favorite, donut-like, international donut-like things. Sopapillas are also really great. Those are usually little fried tortillas covered in honey and cinnamon. It's just absolutely amazing. I think that cinnamon, now that I think about it, it's very common in a lot of Mexican desserts. So I don't know if that's if there's some design to that or if that's something that's really specific to Mexico, but for whatever reason, lots of cinnamon and lots of Mexican desserts and treats, and I really tend to like it a lot. That Mexican sweet milk drink, what's it called? Horchata. Horchata is another thing that I think is absolutely delicious. AJ, thank you for joining the chat. Says, hey Steve, crumb cakes are a good way to end the week. I'm in New York, and we definitely have Intamin's. It's everywhere, like Hostess and Tasty Cake, and go to Little Debbie. Tasty Cake is not around where I live, so that's one that I think that Tasty Cake is another one of those things that's very similar to Intamin's, but you can't find it everywhere. I'd have to see if it's just not in the Pacific Northwest, but I believe it's just not on the West Coast in general, because every time I travel to other parts of the country, to the Midwest or the East Coast, then I can find Tasty Cake stuff. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why anytime I travel somewhere, I always really like going to just Safeway or Walmart or something like that, and just strolling down the aisle and see what unique things I can find. I do have to say the picture on the front of these boxes makes it look like so much tastier than it actually is. But that's all right. I don't think it's too much of a misrepresentation. You do that, get that like good texture on top. If you do, like microwave these things a little bit, I think they're so delicious. They're so much better. So another one that I am familiar with, but I have not tried too many times, is Bimbo Bakery. Is actually really good. They've got a lot of really creative different things, and I believe that's a Mexican-based company. So you can find Bimbo Bakery stuff in a couple of places in the United States. It's not nearly as ubiquitous as like Entenmann's and Hostess, but yeah, you can find it around. All right, so for today, I wanted to unwind, and like I've talked about some really heavy, like really dense subjects in the last couple of weeks. You know, earlier this week I was talking about like a psychological phenomenon. I was talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs earlier this week. And I was like, you know what? That is super heavy. People are tuning in just to hang out and have a good time, not to like go to Psych 101 class, you know? So today I thought it'd be cool to check out a couple of Buzzfeed quizzes, which is like, BuzzFeed is, I don't know, it's like junk food for the internet. Like, you're not going to learn anything. It's not going to press you intellectually or expand your knowledge of anything, but they're kind of fun to do every now and then. So I looked up a couple of quizzes that I thought looked kind of fun. Now, I was born in ye olde times of 1987. So do the math, and I am about 95 years old, if anybody's wondering. So I came across this quiz. Say yuck or yum to these 90s kids food, and we'll reveal which trendy food you are. And I was like, 90s kids food? My goodness, I was a kid in the 90s. And when was the 1990s? Like I said, that was, let's see, it is 2020, so the 1990s would have been, you know, at least 7 decades ago, something like that. So quite a while ago. I know that not everybody was even alive in the 1990s, but there you go. A Dunkaroos. Oh gosh, does anybody remember Dunkaroos? If I remember right, these are like these little packages of like graham crackers or like shortbread cookies with basically cake frosting that you could dunk them in. I mean, cookies and cake frosting, that is maximum yum. That is getting up there. I think those were absolutely delicious. Let's see here. What about chocolate Wonder Balls with their little candies inside? I don't even remember these things at all. Now, in my opinion, when you combine like chocolate confection with something else, it kind of takes away from the experience. Like in my personal opinion, I think having little candies by themselves is perfectly fine, but having chocolate by itself is even better than having like chocolate and candy. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to give this one a not so good. I think that those were not super great. How about these funky colored Easy Squirt ketchup? Oh my god, that is a throwback. I remember that. When Heinz was like trying to make ketchup more appealing to kids, they decided to bring out these crazy looking bottles that didn't go over super well. They never sold super well. I mean, who'd have thunk it? Like bright green, kind of toxic waste looking ketchup. Not super appealing, it turns out. So these, yeah, they're way worse than normal ketchup. I'm going to give those like a nah, not super good. Let me see here. Ouch bubblegum. Oh, I remember these. I remember like getting these little tins of pieces of bubblegum. And man, like anytime you got your hands on one of those, like that was money. That was excellent. And I don't even remember what like flavor the gum was. I just remember it was kind of like an interesting novelty to have it packaged in like the little tin. So I think the fact that you were like excited to have that little tin. You could pull out a piece of gum and it would last you a long friggin' time. Always enjoy it. I'm going to give it a little bit of a yum. I don't remember the gum being particularly good. And like any bubble gum, like the flavor of it would just, go away instantly. But, it was fun to have those. So I'm going to give those a little bit of a yum. And the Smiles fries. I don't even know what those are. So I don't know if I can like give those a yuck or a yum. Yeah, I don't even know what those are. I don't remember them at all. I don't think I've ever had them, so I'm just not even going to touch that slider. We're just going to leave it right there. Squeeze-Its, on the other hand, oh my god. Like, if you opened up your lunchbox and saw that you had one of these juice boxes in there, like, you knew it was going to be a good day. Oh my gosh. It was one of my favorite things to have. And again, like, I think it just tasted like regular old Kool-Aid, but the way that you had that, like, little wax twist top, you'd take off, you could, like, squeeze it all into your mouth. Something about the novelty of that just made it, like, 10 times as fun to drink. So, yeah, that's way up there on the yum scale for me. Those were, oh yeah, that was something that was really fun. And Lunchables, I think that nobody can deny that Lunchables are incredible. I don't know what it is about those like highly processed foods. Like the food itself, not even very good. But anytime you see a Lunchable, oh yeah, you know you're gonna have a fun time with lunch. And here in the picture, we've even got the pizza Lunchables, where you felt like you were playing chef a little bit, because like you were making your pizza yourself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Again, way more about the experience than it was about actually eating and enjoying the food. This isn't even something of the 90s, you know. I think Lunchables, they're still around. Like, they're still fun. I don't care what age you are. You could be 10, 30, 77 years old. They were super fun to play with. So give those a pretty... We'll give those a pretty good yum factor right there. Gushers was one. I don't know about Gushers. It was kind of a novel concept. I don't think Gushers are around anymore. They were these kind of like little waxy chew candies that were filled with fruit juice. I don't remember them being particularly tasty either. And the fruit juice in them, again, like it was this great experience, but it only lasted for a split second. You know, you'd bite into it, and you'd get that burst of this sweet, it's like tangy juice inside of it, and then it would be gone instantly. And then you'd be left with this like wad of kind of like in your mouth. Not a great experience. I'm going to give Gushers, no, we're going to slide that down a little bit. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch, again, was that a 90s thing? I feel like that's something that's been around for a long time, and it's still around. Now, in terms of like the spectrum of different kinds of breakfast cereals, I do think that Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like more towards the kind of cereal that I might avoid. For a couple of reasons. I don't think it has a ton of flavor in them. I don't like the fact that they're really kind of like stodgy, like they're a little bit difficult to eat. So I'm not a big fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think that there's a lot of better cereals out there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give those a little bit of yuck. I'm not going to say that they're horrible, but no, we'll go a little higher than that. I think it's something that I would go out of my way to avoid. If my option was Cinnamon Toast Crunch or not eating cereal, I might just avoid eating breakfast altogether, honestly. What's the next one? Okay, we have Scooby-Doo fruit snacks. Oh my gosh. Pure sugar in gummy form. Simple, straightforward sugar, chewiness. Again, honestly, it's more about the experience than the flavor for me. Because, I mean, it was that, like, simple, sweet fruit, like artificial fruit flavor that's good. But the experience of eating fruit snacks, in my opinion, was always kind of a pain in the neck. Because, like, you'd chew on it, and then after you swallow, you'd end up with a bunch of, like, fruity stuff, like residue stuck in your teeth, and you end up, like picking at your teeth and stuff. Kind of an unpleasant experience. I always thought these were awful. I hated them. So we're going to slide that all the way down to no. And kudos bars, like the original granola bars that were kind of like marketed towards kids. I do remember these. I think that they're just like very similar to like Quaker Oats oatmeal bars, except that they were stuffed with candy and stuff like that. So I always loved them. I thought that the kind of like chewy texture was really great. This was the kind of thing that I always loved to take camping or on hikes and stuff like that. Really kid-friendly. So again, I'm going to give those a little bit of yum. I think that you could always do a little bit better than that. And lastly, kid cuisine. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Frozen meals for children. Oh, yeah. Yum. Maximum yuck for that. I think that those things are just gross. That was the kind of thing that, like, yeah, that's another one of those things where it's like, maybe I'd rather be sent home or sent to bed without dinner than be forced to eat one of those things. I thought they were just gross. I think frozen meals in general, they're pretty subpar. All right, so let's check this out. I am a poke bowl. Your energy is most comparable to poke. Like poke, you are made up of a lot of different energies and often feel that you can't be easily categorized. You're fun and happy-go-lucky, and you embrace all of your different facets. What do you guys think? Do you think that's accurate? I think I'm kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, don't take life too seriously, hard to categorize. I do feel like I'm a bit of a Renaissance man, where like I do a little bit of everything, basically. So I think that's absolutely true. I think it is almost prescient how true that is. All right. I got two others that I thought might be fun to do. We got the what % are you sweet or spicy quiz, and the believe it or not, everyone is 50% Disney villain and 50% Harry Potter hero. Choose some desserts to reveal your combination. Now, of those two, I think everybody knows that, like, I am not a super spicy person. I've done a couple of those spicy challenges, and oh my goodness, I'd be like 10% spicy, so I'm not even going to bother with that one. I think it'd be more fun to do this guy right here. What % Disney villain, or what Disney villain and what Harry Potter hero am I? Just seems like such a strange combination of things. But it is all about desserts. Like I said, I am totally into the sweet stuff, totally into the desserts. So I want to look at some awesome pictures of some desserts and find out what Harry Potter hero and Disney villain I am. Pick a cupcake. Let's see. What kind of cupcake do I identify with? These cupcakes don't even have names. I think they're just pictures. So what do we have here? It looks like we got like a cappuccino cupcake maybe. This is a cupcake with some sprinkles on top. Ooh, this looks like a boozy cupcake here. This looks like a weird cupcake with some melted jelly on top or something. Let's see. I think I'm all about just like the classic white cupcake with way too much frosting on top. That looks like kind of a birthday cupcake to me. Pick some ice cream. One of my favorite desserts out there. Some ice cream. I got a couple of options here. Let's see. I am 100% a waffle cone guy. So we're definitely in waffle cone territory. Going to avoid this bowl. What else do we have? Looks like we got a couple of like little weenie cones down there. But like I said, I'm all about the waffle cone. I got tons of different options. Looks like we got all chocolate all the time here. Here it looks like we got some chocolate and coffee ice cream maybe. I don't know, this looks like it's gold leaf covered ice cream, which just seems gaudy and ridiculous. I'm all about maximum ice cream, minimum other stuff. Now this one looks good to me. This pile of what looks like some kind of sherbet in a waffle cone. Oh my goodness. I think that one speaks to me the most. Boom, right there. Pick a chocolate dessert. So many options. Well, a couple of these I wouldn't even classify as desserts. I mean, here we got some peanut butter cups, what it looks like. Some chocolate bark. And some, I don't know, fancy almond joy bars. I don't even know what those are, but I wouldn't even say any of those are desserts. What else do we have? We got, got a brownie and ice cream. Oh my God, that is talking to me. Oh my goodness. This looks like a big, tall mug of hot chocolate. Again, I wouldn't really call that a dessert. So I think it's between, let me see, this chocolate cake looks good. This brownie and ice cream. Oh my goodness, that just jumped out at me immediately. And here at the bottom looks like we got maybe some kind of cream pie with a little bit of chocolate on top of it. We've also got this raspberry and chocolate tart, but I honestly don't like the chocolate and fruit combination. All right, guys, I got to go with my first gut instinct. I think you cannot go wrong with a delicious warm brownie and a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Because like I said, ice cream, it's pretty amazing. All right, a vanilla dessert this time. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what do we have here? We got a big pile of sugar cookies. Got a slice of vanilla cake. Got some vanilla cupcakes. We've already done the vanilla cupcakes, so I don't think I'm going to choose that one. I don't even know what this is. Looks like maybe it's a meringue or something. I don't even know what that is, so we're not going to choose that one. Again, this looks like some kind of like fancy dessert that you get at some like little tasting menu kind of restaurant, like something that you would pay way too much money for and end up, walking away hungry. Looks like we got a little pile of petit fours. Those might be good. We've got somebody wearing, it looks like a dishwasher's glove holding up a donut and a creme brulee. Oh my goodness, creme brulee. That one jumps out at me. Creme brulee. I would consider it more of a custard dessert than a vanilla dessert. But, maybe it's a vanilla creme brulee, so maybe that's it. Creme brulee, one of those kinds of desserts that I think is very fancy, but, like, deservedly fancy. Like, it's got lots of complex textures, really smooth in the middle, with that, like, really crusty, crispy top that you kind of, like, break through with a spoon, very good. And it is a custard, so it's a little bit like a hot pudding or something like that. Really delicious in my opinion. It's hard to go wrong with a good sugar cookie, but I just don't think that's a great dessert. I'm not going to do the sugar cookie. Got the donut and we got the creme brulee. I think it's between those two. And because I think that donut picture is just garbage, I'm going to go with the creme brulee. All right, we got a creme brulee. Pick some brownies. Ooh, we already talked about brownies, but that's all right. We'll talk about brownies some more. Up here, looks like we got just a regular old fudgy brownie. Nice and chewy brownie up top. Over here, looks like we got some brownies with some almonds in a fancy little shape. Look like they've got a flower on top. Ooh, very pretty. And this looks like it's more like a brookie, like a brownie cookie or something along those lines. Again, I don't know what's super special about this. Just looks like a pile of regular brownies. Some brownies with some powdered sugar on top. I mean, cover anything in sugar, it's going to be a little bit better, right? Okay, let me see. I think the brookie is popping out at me. This guy right here, because like a brownie and a cookie together, always super delicious. I gotta burn through some of these options. Let me see. Pick a cake that jumps out at me. Got lots of chocolate. I think in this quiz we've already had quite a bit of chocolate, so I don't want to choose any more chocolate. Got a little bit of variety going on here. Here it looks like we've got a unicorn cake. Now, just from looking at that picture of the unicorn cake, I can imagine that cake has like 7 different colors on the inside. I'm sure it would be amazing. Okay, what else do we have here? Strawberry shortcake. Kind of typical. Down here, I can't even tell what this is down here. It looks like some kind of, maybe it's a cheesecake? I don't know. This blackberry cake, though, is popping out at me. I mean, that is a beautiful color. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous cake. However, one of my favorite cakes out there, I've never mentioned this before, is a lemon pound cake. So we got that lemon pound cake there with that really gooey icing on top. Oh, lemon pound cake, so good. So I'm gonna choose the lemon pound cake. That's the one that I like the most. A caramel dessert. I got some caramel apples. I don't think that's a dessert, but okay. A couple of caramel cheesecake. Like, that is the obvious choice for me. I mean, unless there's something else down here that is 100%. Looks like we got a couple of different kinds of cheesecake, though. This looks like a caramel chocolate cheesecake. This looks like a caramel cheesecake with like cookie crumble on top. And more ice cream. Hard to go wrong with ice cream, but like I said, I've already chosen some ice cream. So we're gonna go with this caramel cookie cheesecake. I think that one looks the best. And a fruity dessert. Okay, looks like we're running a little bit low on options here because I'm seeing a lot of things that are like I've seen before. Let me see. Here we've got strawberries and cream. Down here we've got more strawberries and cream. Down here we've got berries and cream. Oh my goodness, this looks like a strawberry parfait. None of these are really popping out to me. I do like an apple crumble. That does look like an apple crumble. So I think the apple crumble might be the one for me. I do love an apple pie, and this looks like the kind of thing. It's like a deconstructed apple pie. So I'm going to go with that one. I think apple pie, again, really complex mixture of textures, a lot of great flavors if you do it right. I love it. Going to go with that. And finally, choose a pie. All right, we got pumpkin pie. We got berry pie. We got apple pie. Oh my goodness, it looks like a deep dish apple pie or something strange going on there. I don't even know what kind of pie this is with the meringue on top, but it looks good. Looks like we got a little bit of a burnt meringue. This pie looks like a mess. I mean, it looks like somebody tried to get fancy with their photography and just failed terribly. Down here it looks like we got a chocolate mousse pie. Is that chocolate and cherries? Doesn't sound like a very good combination to me. Oh my god. Key lime pie. Boom, right there. Best pie. Best pie. Maybe it's because it's the summer months and I'm just way too hot right now, but I think key lime pie takes it immediately. If there was one of these that looked like a really delicious apple pie, this apple pie doesn't look super delicious to me. Kind of looks like a tart with some apple slices on it, but like a really good Dutch apple pie with, like I said, those crumbles on top. That might win out. But I think in this mix-up right here, it's got to be the key lime pie, 100%. It's hard to go wrong with the key lime pie. And I am Fleur Delacour and the Evil Queen. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, Fleur wasn't. She was the really exotic like French girl from the French school or something like that in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, if I remember right. All right, let me see here. I am sophisticated, confident, and intelligent. I'm always the best dressed person at the party. You are strong and never give up on your goals, even if you have to pretend to be someone else to accomplish them. You can be a tad arrogant and tend to manipulate those around you in order to come out on top. Man, I sound like a real jerk. I'm manipulative. Was Fleur even a hero in the Harry Potter? I feel like she was more of just like a character. It's like she was there, but she did some stuff, but I don't think she was like particularly heroic. So I guess the moral of the story is that I'm not very heroic, but the Evil Queen has got to be one of the best Disney villains, like the most villainous Disney villains of all the Disney movies. So spot on. I am totally evil, guys. Rock on. All right, guys. That was fun. I hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me. I ate a good half dozen of these little crumb cakes. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. We made it through another week in this crazy, insane world. Hope you guys were able to grab a bite to eat while you're hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're able to unwind a little bit. And I'll come back next week. See you guys on Monday. We'll see what I feel like talking about then. Maybe it's going to be more silliness. Maybe it's going to be some deep intellectual topics. Again, as usual, you guys let me know if there's some subject that you think would be interesting to talk about. And until then, until Monday, until next week, peace out. You guys have a good one. Oh my goodness. There we go.